All right. What is going on, everybody, on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another live stream from the Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur YouTube channel. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel looking to join an awesome network of like-minded individuals looking to achieve financial freedom in 2019 and beyond, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below and checking out our totally free Discord group chat that is down in the description box. There's about 50 to 60 of us in there now. And it's just awesome, like I said, to just network with a bunch of like-minded individuals. So hopefully you will join our group chat and definitely consider hanging around and subscribing. And I want to thank you all, of course, for those of you that will be tuning in not only to the live stream, but the video after it uploads. And just before we get started, I just want to make sure that our stream is off to the right foot. Looks like we are doing not too bad. So we'll just kind of hop right in. And like I always say, if you guys have any questions as you guys hop in, if you have any ticker symbols, anything like that, I'm always willing to break down a couple here and there. But for the most part, this video is going to be, is going to be mostly about oil, natural gas. That's what we talk a lot about here. If you're into oil, natural gas, even gold, from time to time, we talk about various stocks. Like I go over the stocks that I'm invested in. I'll talk about HEAR, why I took a little position within that this afternoon, and all that good stuff. I'll actually just start with that. So overall on the day, that's past week, overall on the day, we were up about a little over 1%. I was actually up quite a bit more. I was up about 2%, yeah, around 2%. And then I sold you can see I sold all my Gush in UWT. And that is because I saw the news that apparently OPEC agreed to cut more supply than what was originally anticipated, and we had a good pop early on. You can see within UWT especially, we had a good pop early on this morning, and I went ahead and sold off right around, let's see what price I actually got filled at, 16.15. So on that first pop this morning, I got my 16.15. Not too bad, not the high of the day, but I mean I still got a very good price point right around 16.15, and I sold all those shares. And then I also sold my Gush shares at the same time for, I believe, just a little bit above 12, or just right at 12. So overall, made good money actually. On this one, it was about an 8% profit, or a little over, if I recall. And then on Gush, I don't think it was quite as much. I think it was only a few percent. I mean, my average buy cost was $11.41. I sold it for 12, so a 59-cent per share profit. I think is only a few percent, but still green on each trade. And again, I took a small position within HEAR. I kind of got it at a high price, $16.45. It's down close to $1, about what, 70 cents roughly from where I bought it. So you can see that brought me down $7 from where I was up at 10,042 on the. I was up 20 bucks essentially on the day. And then I've kind of slid down a little. But I plan on holding HEAR probably. It depends. I mean, if it bounces back tomorrow, like a good bounce back, like a up 4 to 5% day, like it is known to do so, then by all means I'll go ahead and sell, cover my profit, and move on. My target sell is around $17. So I mean, it's gonna have to come up quite a bit. Put in perspective, I bought in at like $16.45. So to sell it at 17 is going to be, like I said, that's going to be around a 3.5% profit. I'm trying to get at least 3% profit out of that within the next couple days. But overall, it's going to have to move up. It's at 15.80 right now. For it to go up to 17, it's going to have to go up over 7%, 7.5%. So it's got a ways to go. I plan on holding this probably at least through Friday, I assume, at the minimum. But if worse comes to worse, by all means, I would probably consider cutting losses, but at that point it'd probably be around $15, or not even 15, right around 15.40 is where I'd probably cut losses. So I mean, it's got a ways to go, and like I said, it's a really small position. I was kind of just taking this position because I like the recent pattern. Looking at the 20-day chart, I kind of like the recent pattern I seen. Good little support. I should have waited. I knew I should have. But I was trading on my phone. For some reason, I'm just not as good at looking at the charts on my phone as I am on the laptop. I should have waited until around like 1580, pretty much right where it's at right now, between like 1575, 1585, because you can see there's been a little bit of support there. And I like how pretty much every time it's gotten under $16, essentially, it's bounced back to at least like 16 to 17. And then obviously it's came all the way up clear over 18 a couple times. I'm not trying to get $18 or anything out of this. I'm looking to get roughly around 17, maybe slightly less. If I can get some sort of like 1.5 to 3% profit, I'll be happy with that trade. But again, it's a super small trade. I only have 10 positions. I think the overall trade took up $165 of my capital. So, I mean, it'd be nice, obviously, to make a couple dollars on that, but it's not a huge deal either way. I'll either cut my losses or make a couple percent of profit on it. Anyways, oil. Obviously, like I said, I sold all my oil. So pretty much what I'm looking to do now, I'm going to probably sit out through the inventory report tomorrow. I might end up kicking myself in the foot, especially if the inventory drops a lot, because obviously that could send oil clear over $58 probably. But we're definitely looking at our 180-day chart here, where our next resistance is probably going to be somewhere right around 58. You can tell because earlier as well, oil, what did it go up to, like 57.50 or something like that today? Let's pull it back up. 57.60. So right around 57.50, it got rejected. So you can tell there's going to be some resistance there as well. Oil has tons of resistances, obviously, all the way up. 57.50 is essentially going to be the next level. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see tomorrow what happens with the inventory reports. If it's as low as what it's sounding like, oil could definitely go clear over 58, approach $59 possibly tomorrow. My gut's telling me it's not. That's why I went ahead and just pulled out all my shares. I'm looking for some sort of a pullback, possibly to around $55, like I mentioned, sometime over the next few days. I'm not saying it's going to be like by tomorrow or Friday or anything, but I think within the next few business days, trading days, we'll probably see oil retrace to around $55 to $56. Maybe 57 at the lowest, and that's again if the inventory report comes out and shoots oil up to $58, $59. If that's the case, then yes, it's going to retrace to 57 probably, and then at that point I'll buy in. I'm pretty much just looking for a good buying opportunity. I don't want to like get caught chasing or anything and then have to kind of hold out through the next little dip like this that happened. I mean, I'd buy more shares if it did, but I just don't like having to hold through it. I like the swing trading, of course. I plan on holding oil overall for a long time, of course, for my version of a long time. Depending on how low it goes again when it decides to pull back, I'll probably buy quite a few shares of UWT and Gush. So my UWT, I'm probably going to start trading UWT probably when it comes to my oil trades. I'm probably going to be more like 90% UWT and about 10% Gush. I might decide to go like 20% Gush. It's just like I mentioned in yesterday's stream, UWT tends to go a lot. It tends to just go really well with oil. Like there's no hiccup with it, where you see Gush. Gush actually started out the day. There was one point where Gush was actually down when oil was still up. And you can see just, I mean, look at these charts. Look at UWT. And then look at oil, almost spot on. Now look at oil compared to Gush, not exactly the same at all. And then look at Gush to UWT. So I mean, you can see there's quite a bit of difference. Obviously, overall, Gush was still up on the day, about 3.5%. But UWT was still up over 4%. So pretty much if oil's up, there's no question about it. For the most part, UWT is going to be up, where a lot of times oil will be up 0.5% or so and Gush will be down. So, I mean, it doesn't happen every single day, but it happens enough to kind of just be annoying. So, with that being said, I'll probably be trading pretty heavy UWT. And besides, when we pull out to our 180-day chart, there's a lot more room to the upside from a percentage of profit standpoint than Gush. I plan on getting in definitely under $16. I'm probably looking at getting in somewhere around like $15.50 if I can get my thing close to $15.50. We'll just sell at $15.08 because I do think it's going to retrace to around $15 to $15.50 at some point. You can hold this into around 30. You're talking 100% return. If oil goes as high as a lot of people are expecting, you're probably going to get at least 40 out of this. That's 167, 168% return if, again, you just buy and hold and hold and hold. Or you can obviously swing trade, hop into DWT for a day trade here and there and make even more. It's up to you, of course. Obviously, DWT, for those of you that don't know, is the inverse ETN of UWT. So you can see this is on a downward trend where UWT is on an up. Pretty much as oil goes down, DWT is going to go up. It's like a bearish ETN, so to speak, of oil. And then UWT is the bullish ETN, meaning as oil goes up, UWT is going to go up as well. Get a quick drink real quick. Make sure we're still doing all right overall. Hopefully stream quality is doing all right. But yeah, so still very bullish on oil overall. I mean, there's nothing whatsoever that's making me consider stop trading oil by any means. I just want to look for some sort of a pullback. Like I said, it's definitely going to depend on the inventory report tomorrow. My gut's telling me it's not going to be as bullish for oil as everybody's talking, but we'll sit and see what happens. It's I think like an hour or two after the bell. I forget the exact time all the time. I know it's a weird time, like I think in my time it's like 9:30 a.m. and I'm in Central Time. I believe it's like 9:30 a.m. Central, but I never remember. It's always like an hour or two after the bell, if I recall. But on to natural gas. I haven't traded natural gas in about a week or so. But natural gas is still on the move, as was oil, obviously, like the title of the stream. Oil and natural gas rallied a little bit today. Natural gas actually tested 268. You can see, though, it had this double top. If we zoom in on it, let's just go to the one-day chart. You can see it kind of bottomed out, or not bottomed out. It hit a strong resistance just above 268, got rejected, and came back all the way down to 263 at one point, before building a little bit of support right around 264. So overall, though, I'm still a little bullish on natural gas, at least short term. You can see, I mean, just the last 5 days, we come from as low as 257 all the way up to over 268. So I mean, that's a decent little rise for natural gas. Like I said, the fact that we just bounced off of the 2 to 3 year support, and it looks like we're definitely going to continue to rally off of it again, is a very bullish sign for natural gas, at least short term. Like I said, I'm not saying 3 to 6 months from now natural gas is going to be at $3 to $4. I'm not saying that whatsoever. If anything, I think it's going to ultimately try to retest 255 again over the next probably 3 to 6 months. But at least for this upcoming month, end of February, going into probably at least beginning of March, we're probably looking at natural gas is probably going to try to retest $3, is just my 2 cents. Just again, based on the recent pattern that every time it's bounced off of that 250 to 255 support, it's gone clear over $3 almost every time. So for it to say it's going to test $3 is being pretty lenient on how high this thing could actually go. Does that mean it's going to? No. I mean, I'm just taking my own educated guess, again, just going based on history, chart, and just what's happened over and over again. So what would that mean for those of you that like to trade the natural gas? Obviously, we're going to be quote-unquote short DGAS. Oh, I don't know why I said / DGAS. We're going to be kind of short on DGAS, and then we're going to actually consider taking some position on UGAS, which UGAS being down 1.5%, I'm actually tempted to take a small position on that depending on where it opens up tomorrow. It looks like it's just over $30 right now. I'm surprised it was down today. I guess natural gas did hit its high of the day before market hours, before the opening bell. So I guess that makes sense because natural gas downtrended the rest of the day, but it's still up about 0.5% right now in the new trading session, of course. That's going to be interesting to watch. Actually, I kind of want to see how UGAS, I'll probably be watching UGAS overnight, later on this evening and early tomorrow morning. If I decide to take a position, I'll let those of you in the Discord group chat know. I'll let you guys know earlier today whenever I sold all that gush in UWT. Yeah, I'll have to set a reminder on my phone to look at UGAS and natural gas prices in the morning and see what's going on there. I don't know what kind of news. Supply concerns, cold weather forecast. Oh, that was back in November, so that one doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll have to check out that website I mentioned to you guys a couple weeks ago about all the commodity prices and whatnot. Because I might consider taking a short-term position on UGAS. I mean, it's come from 27 all the way up over $31 in the last 3 or 4 trading sessions. I think, in all honesty, going back to the 20-day, I think UGAS is probably going to retest at least $32 at some point. I mean, that's not a huge margin for profit or anything, but I want to get in under 30, in all honesty. If this thing can open under 30, I'd consider getting in, and if I could ride it up to around 32, that's a 7% profit. Even if I wanted to cut a little early and say 31.75, that's 6%. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out overnight tonight. How's it going there, Delman? Yeah, hope you're doing well too. But yeah, that is one I'm going to be watching overnight. And like I said, I've said this all the time with natural gas. This is why I really don't trade natural gas a lot. With natural gas, you need to be able to get in and out of a trade fairly quickly. Like, I don't really like to hold natural gas. Like, if I decide to get into UGAS, this is going to be more of a quote-unquote day trade. I'm probably going to end up getting in and out of this position within the same day. Not to say I plan on holding UGAS only for a couple seconds, couple minutes, anything like that. It's not that volatile. It's not a penny stock, right? But it's still very, very volatile, and anything can really happen overnight when it comes to natural gas prices. So if or when I decide to hop in UGAS, I'm going to have a very tight limit on it for cutting losses, covering profits, and so on. Like I said, if I can get in this under 30 and it starts to show some resistance above right around 31, then I'll go ahead and sell it right around 31. Because if I can get in down here, which I believe I can, right around 29.80, and if I can even sell it for right around $31, you're still talking a 3 to 4% profit. And again, that's going to be like a day trade or something. So natural gas is definitely more of a day trader's market. If you ask me, at least for the quote-unquote bigger profits. Obviously, you could swing trade these. It's just you better have a stomach for it, and you better know what the hell you're doing when it comes to natural gas, because it's definitely a roller coaster ride where oil, I mean, you pick a direction, and it's going to keep going in that direction for some time to come, which is why I like trading it, because even throughout, let's just go out to the 20-day. So I had bought an oil sometime, I don't remember exactly, but sometime right in here, if I recall. And then oil went down a little bit, didn't have to worry about it. I knew it was going to bounce at or above $50 to $51. Sure enough, it did. I held, and I finally sold some today. And now I'm going to look to re-enter somewhere, like I said, between probably 55 to 56. Or if the inventory report ends up being very bullish for oil and it goes up over $58 to $59, then I'll consider getting in somewhere around like 56 to 57. Either way, it's just oil is very predictable, but natural gas is not. So you can use all of your indicators and whatnot when it comes to natural gas, but then something crazy happens with the inventory or something and supply and all that stuff, and it can just do a total 180 on you just like that. So you got to be very careful when you're trading natural gas, especially on the inventory reports, which I believe is Wednesday, if I recall. Was it today or is it Thursday? I always forget. I think it might be the same day as oil. I know oils is Thursday mornings, so that might be natural gas as well. But overall, when it comes to like day trading, swing trading, I would definitely suggest more of like an oil route, UWT, Gush, any of the oil stocks. If you like trading stocks instead of these ETFs and ETNs like ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell, and all that. But when it comes to day trading, if you've got enough money to like day trade the $25,000 limit where you can literally just sit there and get in and out of trades within half an hour to an hour, or less in some cases, definitely. Once I get to that point, I'll be trading natural gas a lot more too, because there's a lot of profit to be made within natural gas. Because I mean, like I said, we go over here to natural gas. and specifically like a UGAS, say we just pull up the last trading week, you can see just every day there's big moves. So I mean, there's tons of money to be made. You catch the low of the day, find some confirmation, ride it up 3%, 4% profit. If you can do that every single day as a day trader, you'll make lots and lots of money. So natural gas, in my opinion, is definitely more of a day trader's game, and oil is more of the, you can still day trade oil for sure. I do it from time to time with DWT, and you can day trade it as well. I'm not saying you can't day trade oil, but if you're someone that has a job, has a lot of stuff going on where you can't literally sit there if you pretty much cannot check your stocks at least every 5 to 10 minutes, essentially, I think oil would definitely be more suited for your trading style, especially for just like getting your feet wet or something like that. And there's tons of money to be made in oil. So don't let anyone try to tell you that natural gas is better than oil, or don't let anyone tell you that oil is better than natural gas. I say that oil is better in my opinion, just because, like I said, I've been following it since I was old enough to even know what stocks were. And it's easy to kind of predict. Where natural gas, I mean, just look at the chart. I mean, look at this chart compared to this chart. Crazy. I mean, that just says it all. But everyone has their own taste of trading and whatnot. And like I said, I'm just here to give my 2 cents. But hopefully you guys have had a green day and everything. Having a green week so far. Like I said, overall, the last week we're up like 6%, and that's based on the $1,000. Obviously, I've only been trading with $500 up until today. Today was the first day I've had $1,000 in the account. So really, I've done about 10%, 11% in the last week, but it's not a big deal. Either way, I've made essentially $60 over the last week, over the last month, $35 last week, because obviously oil was down, so you can see I was down, and then now we're up. So overall, ever since I started doing the swing trading thing and a couple day trades here and there, we are up 3.5% overall in the entire account. So that's definitely not bad. Just stay green. It's all about staying green at the end of the day. I mean, even if, like I said, I haven't even been trading a full month yet, but even if you only did 4% a month, 4% a month times 12 months is what? 48%. What IRA, 401k, any of that bullshit is going to give you a 48% return? Nothing. I mean, nothing at your job is going to give you a 48% return. That's why I stress to everybody, learn how to at least swing trade. Learn how to invest at the minimum. Learn how to do the work for yourself. Yes, obviously you have to pay all the taxes and everything like that, but newsflash, you do whenever you have a 401k. Even if you have a Roth IRA, you're paying the tax as you put it in. You're paying taxes no matter what, so the tax excuse is just ridiculous. But yeah, so good way to start the month so far. Good way to start the new year with trading and whatnot. Hopefully you guys, like I said, hopefully you guys are still having a green year, green week, green month. Had a green day today. And like I always said, if you ever have any questions, comments, or ticker symbols you ever want me to take a look at during these live streams, or even after the live stream uploads, if you see this after it uploads and you have any questions or anything, always just shoot it out there in the comments. I'm usually pretty quick to respond to those, as I'm always constantly checking like my social media, YouTube and all of that. But on that note, I'll go ahead and wrap the stream up, because I know my fiance is going to be home before long, which means it'll be dinner time. But like I said, hopefully you guys are having a great week. Hopefully you guys are staying green. And like I said, if you're new to the channel and looking to join an awesome community of like-minded individuals, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. And more so important than anything, check out that Discord group chat that's down in the description box. If you don't know what Discord is yet, it's an app you can essentially download for any smartphone. And it's just a chat we use to communicate. We talk about our stock trades. We have a little chat within that group about thrifting, all that good stuff. So if you're into just making money online, that chat's definitely for you. But hopefully you guys have a good rest of your week and end the week green. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making those profits, covering your profits, and achieving your financial freedom this year. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, probably for sure Friday, for another live stream. But until then, take it easy, guys.